Howdy fellow YouTubers, Mrs. Z Bunch Numbers here with a massive collection update. What you see in front of you are some of my cases of cars that I've re-ransacked to take some cars back out. I forgot to do a video before I put some cars away because I've been trying to keep things packed up and neat and nice, just because I don't want to have a bunch of cars laying around. You know, be ready to move out eventually and get these cars out quickly. So anyways, I unpacked some cars. It's been a really busy week or so. I've been really trying to track down the infamous G case. I have been going to my Walmart and really trying to ask as many questions as I can and get answers from different people so that way I could position myself to be in the best spot to catch the dump in right when it was put out. So through the process of asking a few different employees, I found out that one of my Walmarts in my area was going to get a dump in, and I had a time frame given to me of probably about 1 to 2 days. Well, in that time frame of 1 to 2 days, we had a super snowstorm, and I kind of figured that would throw an extra day onto that time frame, and I actually ended up being correct. I went in a day after the snowstorm, so that put it on 3 days, and I asked the manager if they were going to, or if they got the bin in, and they didn't tell me anything, so I asked another associate that was stocking in another department if they could check their scanner to see if they had more Hot Wheels in stock, and they did, and they said they had about 1,500 on hand. So that told me that they had the dump bins in. So with that information, I knew that I needed to be there in the next couple of days to try to catch the restock. Well, as it turned out, the very first night after the snowstorm, when people weren't called in and everyone was back to work after the snowstorm, the dump bin was put out. It wasn't just put out, it was brought out. My collector friend Mike and me and Mrs. Z were at Walmart during the stocking period of night shift, and we were there at about 10-something p.m. and the employee was asked by my collector friend Mike if he could bring out the Hot Wheels. And my sneaky collector friend Mike had moved some stuff that was at the end of an end cap at the end of the Hot Wheels aisle to another end cap, on the next aisle over, and that left a perfect spot for the dump bin. So needless to say, it was brought out and we got to have a play day. So anyways, I'll show you what I got, and I also had to find a couple of days after at a grocery store and at Target, so I'll get to those. Those are awesome. So anyways, I got the bump round that you've been staring at for 3 minutes and 15 seconds. A really cool car. It is a plastic base, unfortunately. It would have been really cool if it was all metal, just because it would have been a heavy little car that you could really bump around, but since it's plastic, you're not going to be able to bump it around too much without cracking the plastic or something like that. But really a cool kind of Art Deco style and 40s, 50s style little bumper car. Also picked up the really nice 64 Chevy Nova station wagon. Y'all know I'm a fan of them station wagons. And then I also picked up the Datsun 240Z with the real car decos. It was, I think, actually based off a real race car. I haven't done my research on it, but I'm sure that's out there. So if you want to check that out, or I could Google it and find out. And then couple of errors. Got this reversed window custom 69 Chevy pickup. I first picked this up and thought it was just that the windshield had been misplaced, but you can see that there's slots on the front window, and the slots are supposed to be in the back because it's like having a sliding window. So that's how I was able to tell on that one. And then I also found this wicked sweet 59 Chevrolet Impala with reverse windows, and you can tell with the little see if I can show you. The little line down here at the back of the window shouldn't be there. It should be an open window, and that's how I was able to tell on this one. And the window's straight in the front, which it's not supposed to be straight. It's supposed to have that little side window piece to cover the hole that's right here in the front. So 2 reversed windows, an overspun Camaro. That rivet was spun so much that it actually caused the frame to warp, and since the frame warps, if I can get it to move around a little bit here, the front end actually kind of hops around in the package and sits up and sits down. So that was kind of interesting. And my collector friend Mike was picking through the cars as we're going to the dumping pretty quickly, and even he spotted this one. The Loop Coupe missing the side tampos. Real nice. It's not missing it on both sides, but it's missing it on the porting side, the displaying side. So that was a really slick looking one. It looks a lot better without the tampos, in my opinion. Very, very nice error. And then, of course, picked up the Zabbix set. Nothing too fancy with that, but I did find a one of them with the windshield placed incorrectly. If you notice, it's kind of sitting down in the seats there, so it a little bit jacked up on that one. Not a major error, but an error nonetheless. Lots of errors. Also picked up the Combat Medic, and no, it's not a treasure hunt because it has this silly little silhouette of the flame there. When it's a treasure hunt, it'll be a completely independent piece, and you'll be able to tell it's distinct. And let's see, what else do I want to go to? Got some of the Easter cars, and this one is the 65 Chevrolet Malibu. Still has the metal base like the treasure hunt did. Very nice metal base, and PR5 wheels, black, satin black roof, or flat black, purple interior. Interesting combo, but I like it because it's all metal. And then I also picked up the Olds 442. Very nice. Got the kind of the old school star stripes on the hood. Nice. And that's just a little bit of a overview of what's in this series. You can take a quick glance at that. Really, these are the only 2 that I was interested in. There are some decent other ones. Let's see, what do I want to go to next? I will go to the Super Treasure Hunt. That's right, we found 4 Super Treasure Hunt bone shakers. Now, this one is a slight mispunch on the base. Not enough that it'll come apart, but it isn't mispunched nonetheless. And the card was a little bit bent because of how it was put in the box. But yeah, you can't believe it. Put in the effort and time and pulled off the Super Treasure Hunt. So I got one, Mrs. Z got one, and then my collector friend Mike, he took 2. No big deal. We really were happy to get to go through a fresh dump in. And yeah, it just goes to show that, you know, sometimes if you put the effort in and, you know, your Walmart's decent and they actually, you know, care enough to put stuff out without touching it, you know, it can pay off. But, you know, it takes a lot of effort and time and sometimes gas money to get these things. So, you know, this is kind of like my once in a blue moon. I, you know, decided, you know, I was going to make this dumping happen, and I made it happen. So, yes, effort. The next one I'm going to go to is the Torino. I'm going to show you these 3, but I'm not going to tell you the details yet. I will show you this first. This is the Easter 5-pack. This is the second 5-pack I found with an error, specifically on the Copo Camaro. The first one I picked up was a mismatched wheel. The front was OH5, open hole 5 spokes, and the back was MC5s. Gave that one to Mrs. Z, opened it up, and she took that one. And this one is missing the interior. I had to pick this up, and you'll see why in a couple moments. But this one I actually ended up getting 20% off. I went to customer service and did my thing and asked if they'd take a discount off since that was defective, and lo and behold they did. And even though they knew it was a collectible, they're like, you know, they just still gave it to me. So I always ask at Target because they seem to be pretty good about that. And the reason why I thought that was really funny to find is this. I found on an international card this Torino Torino Gran Torino Sport. Now you say, well, what's wrong with the back? How come there's that big gap in it? Is it missing the interior? No, there's an interior in it, alright. But look at that grill. That's a Copo Camaro grill. A Chevrolet Copo Camaro grill on a Ford Torino Sport. 72 Ford Gran Torino Sport. That is nuts. there's not even a main line this year that is a Copo Camaro. The only Copo Camaro that I've seen for this year is, in fact, that Easter pack Copo Camaro. And the production date on this one's E47, the other one's E50 on the Camaro. But that is just gotta be my most bizarre and goofy, loony, crazy find. I mean, a Chevrolet interior in a Ford. Some people probably say that that's an unholy marriage. How could that be cool? To me, it's nuts. At first I thought it was a Ford Falcon XB grill, but the Falcon XB grill does not have the second set of lights inside the headlights. It's just one set of lights in a smaller grill piece. Yeah, and I thought that at first because there's a black Ford Falcon XB in this mix that this is from. So I was like, oh, that's probably a Ford Falcon grill. But, you know, I was looking at the one that I got for Mrs. Z with the open hole spoke 5 fronts, and I'm thinking, wait a second, that looks familiar. And that's why, because it's got the Copo Camaro interior. So anyways, really, really cool error find. Fantastic super treasure hunt find. Great castings, great errors. And I don't know, I'm just really excited. This has been one of the best weeks, Hot Wheels wise, that I've had. Finding pretty much everything that, you know, I'd like to find. I hope you folks have some good luck, and I hope I can rub some off on you if you're not. Anyways, peace, happy hunting, and good luck.